attention. There's a lot of chatter, so if we could have everybody's attention, I would greatly appreciate it. I think we're having some help with the. I think Janice has helped us with her teacher voice. Thank you. I have a sad announcement to make this morning, and so I'm really hoping to have everyone's attention for a minute. Yesterday, I received an email from Reverend Stephen Robinson that his father had been in a very serious automobile accident near Atlanta. His father, as you can well imagine, is an elderly gentleman. He was life-vaced to Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta. Grady Memorial Hospital is a Trauma I hospital, possibly one of the top 10 in the nation from what I've read. As of last night, Stephen's father was hanging in there. He had many critical injuries, and at first they did not think that he was going to make it. He actually coded 3 times, but Stephen is there in Atlanta with his dad, and so we want to send him our very deep felt wishes that his father can make it through this horrendous situation, and that Stephen will be also able to handle this as a son needs to. So if you have any questions, you can talk with me after the service, but before we got started, I wanted to also thank Richard McLeod for stepping in at the last minute to bring us a sermon. And everyone who has helped with the service, your help is, as always, greatly appreciated. And I am Linda Brennison, chair of your worship committee. Thank you.
Well, good morning. We invite you to take your seats and prepare for this morning's service. On behalf of the worship committee, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia. I'm Andy Wells. Our minister is the Reverend Stephen Robinson. Stay connected with our community by keeping an eye on the following communications. Our recurring events are included in the calendar with your order of service, but special events are also coming up. We provide an emailed newsletter every Thursday to keep you informed about these upcoming events. Make sure to have your email address. Make sure we have your email address. I assume you have yours. Listen to any special announcements from our worship committee at the end of today's service, as they often share important news that you won't want to miss. We warmly welcome families with children and offer childcare during our service for infants and children up to 4 years old. We have a designated seating area in the sanctuary for children ages 4 to 7 over there, and their parents or caregivers. Feel free to bring the toys available in the back of the social hall for quiet play. Today, children will remain in the service with their parents or caregivers. Please silence all devices as we center ourselves on today's service and listen to the prelude.
This morning, June 1st, we recognize the start of Pride Month. And our opening music is True Colors, written by Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly, but recorded by and made famous by Cyndi Lauper. Lauper has been a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ rights for decades, using her platform to raise awareness and advocate for positive change. And in 2008, she co-founded the True Colors Fund, now True Colors United, to address LGBTQ+ youth homelessness, a critical issue disproportionately affecting this population. It's my pleasure this morning to welcome Lucille to sing this beautiful and special song.
That was incredible. So, thank you so much. Please rise and body or spirit and join me in the congregational covenant in your order of service. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, and serve others in community. Thus do we covenant with one another. Please be seated. Unitarian Universalism is a diverse and non-creedal religion. Our community is founded on deeds, not creeds. We are a covenantal religion, meaning we don't have to believe the same to treat each other the same, with respect, equity, compassion, and dignity. We place love at the center of our values, embracing and welcoming all people. We're delighted to welcome all our guests and visitors today. If I could invite a little bit of nepotism here with Ellie Wells. Visitors, please, who will go around with the microphone. Visitors, right there. Yeah. Visitors, please wait for the microphone before speaking. Share your name and where you're from when it's your turn. If you have guests, feel free to introduce them as well. Do we have any visitors today? Yeah.
Hello, I am from England, and I was last here 2¼ years ago, mainly due to the illness of my beloved Ginny next door to me. And I've come over to welcome you back to the British Empire, if you have enough sense to do that. You colonial people, you know, that's probably enough.
We're never going back. True.
Hey, good morning. I'm Amber Laney, and this is my husband Brian, and our girls Isla and Avery, which are 8 and 11. And we live in Chapin, and we're visiting with the Unitarian Church this morning. Brian and I got married at the Unitarian Church in Charleston 13 years ago. So, but we moved back to the community recently, and we're looking for a home.
Okay.
And we have guests with us, Linda and Daryl, and they're Brian's parents visiting from Ohio. So, joining us.
I'm Lucy Walters. This is my husband, George Walters. We live in Shannon next to Annette Flavel. And we were actually married by our Unitarian Reverend in 1981.
Thank you, Ellie. Hi, I'm Jody Watson. This is my daughter, Madeline Watson. And we live here in Columbia and right up the street. And we're just looking around to find a church home. And a lot of people have suggested that this might be the place for us. And also, we didn't know that the Uritas go here, but we do know them as well. And that was a real treat, Lucille. Very, very beautiful. So thank you.
Any other visitors? All right. Well, welcome to all of you. Visitors, if you'd like to learn more about the UUCC, visitor cards are in the back pocket, in the pocket on the back of each chair. Please fill one out and place it in the collection plate so we can email you about our events. Our board members and committee chairs welcome your questions and comments. Board members wear green name tags. Thank you for being here. Today's chalice lighter is Kevin McKinney, who joined us in 2017 after being a member with a congregation in Georgia for many years. And sorry, Kevin, I would butcher the name of that county. Kevin participates in a wide variety of things at the UUCC, notably as a multi-instrumentalist and vocalist in our music, choir and other things. I think we've played many times together, and he heads up a lot of the social justice and social action things that we do through the UUCC. So, thank you. Spirit of light and life, come unto us.
This morning's opening hymn is Days of Rage and Days of Hope, a Pride hymn by Amanda Udis Kessler from queersacredmusic.com. And you'll find the hymn as an insert in your order of service. If you unfold it, it's a single-sided sheet, front and back. We sing this in honor of Pride Month and in memory of all those who participated in the Stonewall Uprising of 1969 in June, spearheading the Pride Month we honor today. I invite you to rise in body or spirit to join in singing.
Thank you. Please be seated. June is Pride Month, and with that in mind, I offer these opening words from Ernest Estlin Cummings, better known as E.E. Cummings. He was a writer with an unconventional style and the exploration of individuality. Cummings wrote about 3,000 poems and was often regarded as one of the most important and recognizable poets of the 20th century. I have several of his powerful quotes about authenticity and self-acceptance and about embracing your true self. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. Quote 2, and I love this one. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. And if I loved that one, I love this next one even more. So listen very carefully. The hardest challenge is to be yourself in a world where everybody else is trying to make you someone else. I love that. Now, time for the children's story. Do we have a bunch of children who would like to hear a story? I'm not reading your story out of a book. I'm just going to talk a story. So come on down, and I'll meet you down there. Okay, am I on, Bill? Hello, Bill. Okay, there. Ooh, I'm on. Ooh, scary. Yeah. Yeah, good morning. Hello, everybody. Everybody alive and well and still know what your real names are and all that stuff? Yeah. Sometimes I have to look down at my name badge to remember who I am. That's what'll happen to you when you get older. Anyhow, I wanted to kind of talk a story and have you join in the stories. Oh, we have more. Different sizes. Anyhow, I want to kind of talk a story to you and have you join in it. So let me ask you a question. Do you have friends, right? Like in school or in the neighborhood or wherever else you have friends? And do you notice sometimes those friends are different from you or different from each other? Sometimes they're either boy or girl, they're different. Or sometimes they dress different, or they talk different, or they look different, or their skin's a different color, right? You see people like that in your midst. And those people are not quite like you, are they? And they're not quite like each other. What have you noticed? Somebody can tell me this. What have you noticed about somebody in particular that you think about that you say, wow, that's really an okay person, but they're different from me? And you think, how are they different from me? Got any ideas?
I'm friends with a set of twins, and one's a pan, like a bride pan. So.
All right. Certainly different twins are, yes, certainly different. Oh.
I'm friends with a friend that's also twins and has her older sister, and sometimes she really likes pickles, and sometimes she just talks about pickles in a random time for some reason.
Okay. All right, well said. I guess. Who else? How can you describe somebody that you know they're different than you, and how are they different? Got any more ideas? Yeah, Alicia.
A lot of my friends are gay. Like, I have a ton of gay friends. So my best friend Emily, who recently moved back to Alaska, she was gay, and she had a girlfriend, and we used to hang out at lunch every day. I still hang out with her girlfriend.
All right. Good for you. Anybody else? Yes. Oh, here.
I'm friends with somebody who used to be in my class, and she has real dark hair.
Oh, all right. He has real dark hair, and you have real blonde hair. So yes, that's quite a difference. Thank you, Isaiah. And thank you, Alicia, too. Anybody else? Oh, all right.
I have a friend who's trans.
Trans, okay, all right. Have a friend who's trans? Anybody else? Okay, anyhow, well, the point I want to make here is that there are all sorts of people around you at your ages and at our adult age that they're just different from you. And you look at them and you say, wow, that person's not like me, which, you kind of knew that anyhow. But my question to you is, are those people still okay, even though they're not like you? Yeah. You have another comment.
Yeah. Everyone's different. Everyone's different, and that's okay.
Okay, her comment was, everyone's different, but that's okay. The main thing that we have in common is that we are all different from each other. That's right, and that's okay. All right, that's all I wanted to get from you. So you may now return to being seated with your parents, I guess. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, children. I've since learned in my times in the pulpit that when you're going to tell a children's story, you don't really have to come prepared. You just start them out and just let them go. It's now time for our Candles of Community. We do this every Sunday. And this is a time, he says, hang on a minute, it's all here somewhere. A time when we talk about our joys and concerns that we have in this church from ourselves or from each other. So at this time, if you have a personal joy, sorrow, or concern that you want to share from here, please, if you want us to read it, please email or text our administrator by noon on Friday, or you can pick up a candle in the foyer as you come in, and you can present that, and you can do that in person. But before we start that, I'd like you to know that we do have a caring committee that may act on some of the concerns that you bring up here. And those members wear yellow name tags, and they are available for those in need. So if you want to refer anybody, or if you need something yourself, look for the yellow name tags. I would like to first light a candle for Reverend Stephen Robinson and his family. Linda told you from the beginning what his problems were and where he is now. And I know our hearts go out to them. So this candle is for him and his family. All right, so if you have a candle, please come forward and share your joy of concern. Yeah, Sandra.
Hi, everyone. I'm bringing this candle for someone who is very dear to us in this community, Mary Martin. she called me this morning on Friday. Her early 70s brother unexpectedly had to have bypass surgery, heart bypass surgery. And he didn't have any prior stents or any warning, just went in and it resulted in that. So that was Friday. He got through the surgery okay, but he is not doing well this morning. He has been put on a ventilator. And so let's just everyone wrap Mary in our good thoughts and send out, positive energy for Mary. For her brother's name is Don Martin, and the family. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Kate Noel and Andy Wells, and we have a joy. Despite the fact that he calls me Hop-Along these days, we just celebrated 13 years of marriage. So, ironically, we were also married in a UU church and have daughters who are 11 and 8, and my parents are in Ohio. So I felt like you were talking about us earlier. So we'll have to debrief. Thanks.
Thank you, Andy, and hop along.
Well, the good news is I reconnected with an old friend of mine. I was a brake specialist at U-Haul some years back, and he was my team lead, and he's long since retired, but the bad news is his wife just passed away. And I spent the afternoon with him Monday, just, kind of catching up with him and consoling him and making sure he's doing okay. His name is Bruce Beamer, and his wife's name was Dottie, and this is for them.
Thank you, Matthew.
Hi everyone, my name's Elisa. I'm up here so much I might as well pay rent. But anyway, today I have two things. Good thing is my mom just turned 37 yesterday. We had a really good time and I painted a little box for her and I painted her a little picture and she adores it, so that was really good. The thing that I completely forgot about until I looked at our calendar today is that this Friday I have a meniscus transplant surgery that I'm really nervous for. I'm never nervous for my surgeries until the day's coming up and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get surgery, and then I get really scared. But anyway, yeah, so when you guys see me next, I will be in crutches. So yeah, just prayers and good wishes.
Thanks, Alicia.
Hello, my name is Ryan Kern, and I want to acknowledge my current feelings. Like a lot of you, I'm sure we share in a concern for our pastor and his wife who recently experienced loss and what they're going through today. But I also want to acknowledge how I felt when I picked this up this morning. I walked in, I'm having a really good morning, and I'm very grateful for this community. I'm choosing my words carefully because part of this story is not ready for internet consumption. But some of you know that I've experienced some difficulty recently, and all who do have been wonderful. And I'm really grateful for this wonderful, caring community. Very welcoming, very friendly. I'm trying to make a point to look at so many of you. And then there are so many beyond that partition I know too, who've also been very helpful. And I'm very grateful, and I thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Kevin.
Hi, I'm Kevin back again. Sometimes you find a candle and sometimes the candle finds you. I find my heart shadowed by a lot of things, and I just want to name a couple this morning. It's shadowed by the thoughts of 300,000 plus people who lost their lives as a consequence of the throttling of USAID earlier. It's shadowed by the fresh news that scores, unquote, scores of people have lost their lives or been seriously injured as a result of the ongoing horror that is Gaza today. And my heart is shadowed on this day by thoughts of the 4,000 members of our military who are going to be hounded out of their positions simply because they are trans people. However, all that said and all that recognized, this is a candle of thanks that Connie and I yesterday got to spend half a day in the company of 1,000 or so folks, fellow South Carolinians, who are determined to resist these affronts to human rights, life, and dignity. Normally, we only get to do that on Sundays.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Anybody else? Well, I'm going to light one more candle for all those unspoken joys that remain silent in our hearts. Now let's pause for just a moment in silent meditation to ponder these joys and concerns that we've just heard. This congregation proudly participates in our Share the Plate initiative, where half of our monthly cash collection is donated to a local charity. It's our way of giving back and supporting our community. This month's recipient is the Free Medical Clinic. If you'd like to contribute to Share the Plate, please write Share the Plate in the memo line of your check or on your donation envelope. Thank you for your generosity. And speaking on behalf of the Free Medical Clinic today is Freddie Strange. You do better than I did.
Maybe I should go down that side next time. Yes. Good morning. It is good to be back with you. Your congregation has been a long-time supporter of the Free Medical Clinic, and for that, we are extremely grateful. If you don't know us, we're located over here on Hardin Street, down by the fire department, and we just got a new sign and a new parking lot, so we're happy about that. Much needed. We're our title says we're a free medical clinic, and we treat folks around us that are uninsured, who live at or below 300% of the federal poverty level. They are not eligible for Medicaid nor Medicare. They're the most vulnerable among us. We provide primary care, about 12 different specialties on site. We recently closed our pharmacy because we're partnering with Well Vista. Is anybody familiar with Well Vista? That's a mail order pharmacy here in Columbia, and our patients can get their meds mailed to their residence or their preferred address, which saves them time and money, and they don't have to travel to the clinic to pick up their meds. So we're excited about that. It's also going to save the clinic money, and Well Vista's pharmacy formulary is a lot larger than ours was, so we're excited about that partnership. We start that tomorrow. In the past, we've served over 80,000 residents of Columbia and across the state. This past year, we served 23 South Carolina counties. Our primary patient population is within a 10-mile radius of where we're sitting now, but we will serve anybody regardless of their county of residence. We have lots of international patients. We see refugees, we see immigrants. Does not matter to us the status, if you will. We are an LGBTQ-friendly environment. We really don't take that into account. It's not our business. We just want to provide you with health care. And we're happy to be here with you today. We currently serve about 1,700 patients on a regular basis. They consider us their medical home. We also see incidental walk-in patients as long as they meet our criteria. And we're there for you. I always leave anywhere I'm speaking with this. If you know somebody that needs health care, please get them to us. We're happy to help them out. And one thing Linda asked me about as we were speaking prior to the service, she asked if we have been affected by any of the federal funding cuts that are going on around us right now. The answer to that is no, and the reason being, we as an organization and a board have always stayed away from federal funding. We knew at some point this was going to happen. It may not have been now, it may have been 10 years down the road, but we have stayed away from that intentionally. And if you know anything about federal funding, it comes with a lot of stipulations. You almost have to hire somebody to report what you're doing with your dollars. We have remained financially feasible for the last 40 years. We're actually in our 42nd year of service here in the community. And we're just happy to be with you this morning. Your long-term financial support and community support has meant a lot to the clinic. And for that, myself and our clinic are very grateful. So thank you very much, and we appreciate it. And I'll see y'all at the end of the month. And I'll try to get down with y'all.
Well, thank you, Freddie. Appreciate that. Will the ushers please come forward to receive the morning offering?
This morning's offertory musical selection is Petite Berceuse by Samuel Barber, an American composer who lived from 1910 to 1981. A few words about him from the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus website. Beyond his musical genius, Barber's personal life added an additional layer of significance to his work, as he was an openly gay man at a time when societal acceptance of LGBTQ+ individuals was limited. Moreover, his willingness to explore themes of same-sex love in his compositions was a bold and groundbreaking move. This exploration represented a significant stride in LGBTQ+ representation in music, as his works provided a platform for the expression of queer experiences and emotions within a musical context.
We sincerely appreciate these gifts, which reflect the generosity and the spirit and the kindness of our community. I feel like a pinch hitter here who something's wrong with his bat or whatever, but it's hard to follow Reverend Stephen, really is. June is Pride Month. And when I begin this talk, you'll think I don't know that, but just kind of bear with me and wait for the connection. There are 5 Sundays in this month, so today is just the introduction. I'm going to talk about why and how people are different, like I did in the children's story, and why that's okay. Over my lifetime, I have had recurring reminiscences of my high school history teacher, because he always pounded in my head that I must remember and apply what I learned from my high school experiences. He would often stray from the content of the day's syllabus and read to us from a book called The University of Hard Knocks, which was a book about things that you needed to learn to be successful in your life. I still imagine a conversation with him, and he always expects me to look for my own application of the lessons that I had learned. And if he were here today, he would characteristically clear his throat and ask me, "Now, son," he never really called me son, I just kind of made that up. "What have you been doing in these last 60-odd years? Where have you been? What have you studied? And most importantly, what have you learned?" And I don't mean little things like learning to tie your shoes or saying your ABCs or correctly applying the binomial formula. I mean, what have you learned that makes you of value to the world and that makes the world glad that you're here? So now I turn from my imaginary conversation with that teacher, and I want to tell you what I should have told him if my imagination were more reality. I have learned that I am indeed my brother's keeper. This phrase from the Christian Bible story is set in the Garden of Eden. And from my younger days, and from the Seventh-day Adventist school that I went to, where my history teacher was the professor I was telling you about. Anyhow, from my younger days, I remember the story of Cain and Abel. The Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother?" And Cain's rather snippy reply was, "Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him. Why do you ask me? Am I my brother's keeper?" Now, we know very little about how the conversation went from there, but by implication, God's answer was, "Yes, you are your brother's keeper. Live with it." Imagine God saying that in a sarcastic way. Now, before you remind me, or before you think you have to remind me that this is Pride Month again, let me give you a definition of who, in this setting, that I think my brother is. My brother is every other human being that lives on our planet. I have learned that I am not above or below them, but one with them. I may not share skin color, geography, gender, culture, language, but we are all one people. All men are our brothers. All women are our sisters. I am who I am because of the what, who, when, how, and where I was born. I am rather tallish and have what used to be brown hair and hazel eyes. I have talents in math and music, although my bagpipe playing is a little offensive. Call who you are in those consequences as consequences of birth, or an accident of birth, if you will. I happen to have been born in the affluence of the United States of America, of loving parents and grandparents who provided for my care and inspired me to a good education. I was not born to an addict mother in the midst of poverty, disease, and illiteracy by the side of the road in some third world country. I recognize, and we all must recognize, that luck, fate, predestination, if you go for that, fortune or misfortune are the words that you can apply to your own situation as you like. We must recognize that there are those who were not born into a world of dessert every day, or braces for their teeth, or a car when they turned 16, or a college education, or even basic human needs. Most of us here can be thankful that we are not victims, but are in control of our own destinies. We are our own people. You know, Amanda sang earlier about true colors. We each have our own true colors. I figure that all of us in this room are reasonably comfortable with our lives. We are satisfied with the skin that we're in, and we wouldn't want to be anyone else. Maybe you would even feel sorry for somebody who's not you. Chuck was telling me earlier that her father, whose colored glass you will see on a table in the back, was one of a kind. Only one of a kind. All right, here's what's important to remember. The difference between you and anybody else, those differences are generated by circumstances, by accidents, by coincidences. You are who you are is not only based on the DNA you inherited, but is determined by emotions and relationships that flow into this big, wide river that is your life. Whether you are tall or not, bald or not, stout, skinny, male or female, or many other dimensions that could possibly define you, you have little control over those things. And whether you're good at math, or if you're a better reader than some, or how your memory works, I have stories about that. You started out with those genes that your mother and father mixed for you and over which you have no control since you cannot choose your parents. So why are you who you are rather than your brother or your sister or the man who sits in the third row with the weird suspenders? Yes, there are changes you can make. You can change who your friends are, where you live, where to eat, even what gender you were born. Now we're going to do an exercise just to wake you up here. In a moment, not now, so hang on, I'm going to ask you to stand up and look around. And when you do, I want you to find a person who is as opposite of you as you can imagine. Now here are some of the criteria for you to think about. So get as many of these as possible of a different person. Age, height, weight, gender, sense of fashion, skin. You're already looking, aren't you? Skin color, financial status, sexual orientation, and if you know for sure someone who has conflicting ideologies. And maybe even especially, someone that you've been critical of for one reason or another. Even think about a person with a physical disability, a person who can only experience the world through limited senses. Okay, let's do this. Now stand up if you're able. Come on, do it. I'm in charge here. And for a moment, I want you to look around, and I want you to think of a person. Try to control yourselves here. Try to think of a person, maybe born even in a different time or place, or outside this little box we're sitting in. Don't stare, just kind of glance around. Don't let them know that you're thinking about them. And then, okay. All right, Neil's getting a little carried away here. He's interviewing people. Neil, I didn't want you to interview people. Anyhow, choose somebody, and then, oh, I've lost control. I feel like I'm back in a math classroom again. So be seated. Be seated, please. Anyhow, choose someone that you're thinking about during this exercise, and then return yourself and your eyes back to your own seat and your own face. Now, here's the rest of that exercise. Try to imagine that you are that person. Close your eyes and take a moment. I'm going to give you a moment of silence. You are now that person. Try to imagine. Okay, now, why are you who you are rather than that other person? Why are you who you are rather than who that person is? And what if you were? How would your life be different? Newsflash. People are not created equal. We are who we were, like I've mentioned, because of our geography and the genetics of our birth. By chance, we are born with silver spoons or food stamps. We are born with certain predispositions and wirings of our brains over which we have no control. We are raised in environments over which we have little control. We have made choices based on those genes and on that environment and on those other elusive variables that are a product of the choices you have made based on all that. Someone who has a different set of those variables makes a different set of choices in this grand lottery that we call life. So, just for the purposes of this discussion, consider that person that you've just identified in your look around and shift somebody else's reality into your own consciousness. Each of us has a different set of life experiences. our individual paths through this conscious brevity we call life are different. Our contexts for determining right or wrong or even truth may not be fathomable to each other. From inside our own eyes, we can't understand, for example, why anybody would be a Republican. Now, let me finish. Or a Democrat, or a Christian, or a Buddhist, or a Muslim, or a Hindu, or a Unitarian. All right, so here's the thing I'm suggesting. For those of us in this modern man species, we have to consider and remember that we are all one people. Furthermore, consider in a spiritual way that we are all connected and even all responsible for one another. The Cain, the Abel, the brother's keeper. Responsible for other like we are one big family, not only in this room, but in the big world outside. Maybe we could develop a community consciousness like a colony of ants. You ever watch them? Or from the Star Trek, anybody remember the Star Trek? There was an interstellar race called the Borg, that they were all interconnected. So we have to be that way. We have to operationalize the golden rule common to all major religions that says, do to others, treat others, respect others the same way you want them to treat you. The golden rule, do unto others. The existentialists believe it, the humanists believe it, the Christians believe it, the Jews believe it, certainly Unitarians believe it. Unitarian values are built around it. So, believe in who you are, take pride in who you are, and allow other people to be who they are. Notice in your order of service that the title of this talk is Free to Be You and Me. That's what this is about. Amen.
In recognition of Pride Month, our closing hymn is number 170, We Are a Gentle, Angry People. Written by Holly Near in the wake of the 1978 Harvey Milk assassination, it's a call to action. Demands we make sure everyone knows who we are, how many we are. We who will not be moved, we who are scared and angry and loving and resisting. In 2017, in a concert, songwriter Holly Near said about this song, I wrote this song when Harvey Milk and George Moscone were assassinated. We originally sang, we are gay and lesbian together. But then we were surrounded by the support of allies, and so I changed it to we are gay and straight together. And now we are learning more and more about gender and sexuality, and it requires many more syllables than I can fit into this song. And so let us now sing We Are All in This Together as a final verse. Please rise in body or spirit to join in singing We Are a Gentle, Angry People.
And
this together.
We are all in this together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are all in this together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. Please remain standing for my closing words. These closing words, you may have heard them before, and they are appropriate for Pride Month. It's a quote from Thomas Jefferson, this quote that lays the foundation for American democracy by emphasizing equality and inherent human rights. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you for those of you who are mouthing that too. There's happiness. As we extinguish this chalice at the close of our time today, may its light gently warm our hearts and guide our steps until we are together again.
Please join me in singing our congregational benediction.
May the blessings of truth be upon us. May the power of love direct us. And may the peace of wisdom unity sustain us till we meet again. Now, please be seated. We do have an announcement or two. Andy?
All right, an exciting announcement. Here we go. Sally King and Jim Buggy are moving to Still Hope soon. They are generously allowing us to sell the items they are not taking with them in an estate sale at their house. But we need volunteers for June 19th through the 29th to assist. Please see Joan Watterson, who is over back there, working hard. Please see Joan Watterson after the service in the social hall to sign up. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy, and welcome again, visitors. Thank you for joining our service. Thank you for our musicians. Thank you for everything that have made this a delightful journey today. So our time has come to a close, but before you leave, please take a few minutes to welcome our visitors and each other and those around you. See you next week.